Roof Max of Hickory. Affordable roof rejuvenation. Visit MakeMyRoofLast.com.
Welcome back. This is the WHKY News, and it's time for Community Focus. I'm Ralph Mangum. Community Focus is sponsored by Appalachian State University's An Appalachian Summer. With news from Kate Dillon, the co-founder of Hickory Shows, here is WHKY's Arianna Mack.
Tell us a little bit about what your idea was for Hickory Buzz.
Well, what we really saw is that growing up, you wanted to find out what was going on in town. You just picked up a local newspaper, and there it was. And you would think that with having the internet now, that would really open up all kinds of possibilities, and you're right, it does. But instead of having a centralized place, it's kind of gotten spread out all over. A lot of great calendars and a lot of great stuff going on, but it is a lot of times it's very hard to find out all of those different events, where to find them, how to get there, how much it is, all of those things. And so we really wanted to bring that all together into one place, and that's why we started the HickoryBuzz.com.
Of course, and we know that Hickory Shows events will be on there, but who else will be involved?
Oh my gosh, we have we're trying to uncover every event that you can find. Like coming up, there's dance classes, there are classes, there's art exhibitions, you've got live music, and I know for folks with kids, especially with folks with kids, what do you do with them over the summer? So we've tried to find a lot of those summer camps, those summer activities for the kids, some of them free, some of them are paid, all of those different things. And at some point, I don't know if you know this part, but people in the community can add their own events to our calendar. We want this to even be the spot where you would find out where all the yard sales are.
Exactly. Something very local, and then even on a bigger scale. I appreciate that a lot. Whenever people visit HickoryBuzz.com, what do you hope they take away?
Well, we hope that they're going to find, something really fun to do, be inspired, to try a different place. And I think that's probably the biggest one. And maybe even just tell a friend, when they're talking to a friend that is having an event, maybe they have a bar or a restaurant, or they're just even hosting something small, that they even tell a friend about it. We want to be the one source for not just Hickory. We're actually covering the whole Hickory Unifor area, which is all four of those counties, including Alexander, Burke, Catawba, and Caldwell.
Yes, and how long has this been in the process?
Oh, we have been working on this for more than a year. It was interesting when the domain came up for renewal, just all of the different ideas we've been floating for so long, but then we finally pulled it all together and just really put our heads down for the last few months and built it all out. But it's been incoming for a long time.
Of course. And is there anything else you want us to know about Hickory Shows or Hickory Buzz?
Well, for sure. So Hickory Shows, for anybody who's not familiar, we are the producers of the Hickory Christmas Show, the Hickory Home and Garden Show, Hickory Women's Expo. We do a cars racing show, and we've got an indoor craft show. And so we've done all those shows for over the years. And so our motto is that we bring the community together through events. That's our big thing. And as a co-founder, my other half is my brother, actually. So we're a brother-sister team. We've been working together for several years now. But there's one other thing about the Buzz too that I want to tell people about. You ever have those times where you're like, okay, gosh, what are you in the mood for dinner? We've actually added a whole different section. It's actually a whole different calendar. You go to HickoryBuzz.com and you can click on food, and we have a whole calendar talking about the food specials. Our eventual goal is to have all of the locations for all the food trucks, all of the different food specials that are going on. You'll see quite a few there now, but we like to include things like who has prime rib night, where do kids eat free, what about kind of whether it's specials, all of those things, Taco Tuesdays,
right,
drink specials even, and it's all there on the food calendar.
Well, that sounds amazing. Bringing you community and events in your Hickory Metro, Hickory Shows. Thank you so much for joining us, Kate. And you'll want to look out for HickoryBuzz.com to get all of your events and the need to know in the Hickory Metro. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thanks, Arianna. And of course, it's good to see Kate Dillon again. With news from the Catawba County Libraries, here are Rob Eastwood and his guest.
Time for our monthly update of activities and fun things going on in the library system here in Catawba County. And as always, Lindsay Lewis joins us with the latest from the library system. Hard to believe summer is moving right along already. Lindsay, good to have you in.
Yes, thank you, Rob. We are almost halfway through the summer, but it isn't too late to start your summer learning adventure at the library. Everyone in the family can sign up for programs and reading challenges while earning prizes as they meet their goals. Children, teens, and adults are encouraged to complete at least 600 minutes of reading over the summer. Those who meet their reading goals can celebrate at our summer learning finale parties during the first week of August.
And as always, there are plenty of activities for the kids in the library, and I know that these activities are extremely popular during the summer months. What do we have going on for the kids in the Catawba County Library System in July?
Yes, exactly. So for this month, kids can engage in a variety of programs where they can explore messy art at the main library in Newton and create a perler bead picture frame at the Cheryl's Ford Terrell branch. Design mosaic tiles at the Southwest branch, build a robot from household items at the St. Stephen's branch, and learn about gemstones and minerals at the Conover branch. Lastly, explore the science behind volcanoes at the Maiden branch and join us at the Hickory Museum of Art for a colorful activity. Families are invited to enjoy special performances by South Mountain State Park, Critter Keeper, and Color Circus with Sigmund Theatrical at selected branches.
And while the kids love the library, they love it in the summertime, but they're not the only ones. What do we have for the teenagers in July?
So teens won't want to miss out on programs like bouquet shadow drawing at the Maiden branch, designing stickers at the main library in Newton, and creating paint pour art at the Southwest branch. Make shrinky dinks at the St. Stephen's branch, create stained glass designs at the main library in Newton, and explore alcohol ink art at the Cheryl's Ford Terrell branch.
Lindsay, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll talk to you next month.
Thanks, Rob. See you next month.
And with Lindsay Lewis, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY News.
Thanks, Rob and Lindsay. Look for a longer version of that piece on our YouTube channel. Thank you all for joining us here on Community Focus. On behalf of Arianna, Mack, Rob Eastwood, Jason Savage, and all our guests, I'm Ralph Mangum. This has been the WHKY News.